Hey, welcome back, guys. It's been a while. So we're in a CWL right now. We're in Champions League 2. We're hoping to get to Champions League 1. Doesn't look like we're gonna make it. We got we won our first two matches, and then we got just steamrolled by this Asian clan, and pretty much because they had an answer that I had not seen to a lot of these anti two-star bases. I mean, I can three-star them every once in a while, but usually they peter out whenever I do the attacks with the Yeti bomb. But these guys, man, they just rolled every one of them like we had no chance. And they did it with the same exact strategy, except they used the strategy two different ways. So I want to show these because I think everybody needs to practice these because we will continue to see these types of bases. And, we have a ton of them, so we can just practice on ourselves and get really good at them. And it's a pretty simple attack. So the strategy, this is one type of army, and they're both very similar. This one uses five Yetis and two witches, eight bowlers. The other one uses four Yetis and three witches, and it brings two baby dragons. One of the reasons for I've been practicing his attack, and I've been just doing the four Yetis, three witches. I think the one reason probably why he chose to do two witches specifically for this base is because there just isn't a lot of stuff on the edge. Because the witches are used with the king to clear an edge. So what he does is one of two things. He either A, takes the queen from here, and then uses his baby dragons to clear the flanks. Queen charges in, and then he waits and sees where the queen goes. Because you have to know, because if you don't want, if the queen goes one way and you start flanking the other way, then your attack's done. But with this base, what he does is, and this is his other strategy, he goes right at, for bases like this, the Infernos with the queen walk, with the or the queen charge. And the thing he does use is he uses and this is something I just haven't done in a long time. He uses the warden with the queen. So in all of these attacks, so what he's trying to do is bust in with the queen here, uh, clean the flanks out so the queen doesn't walk because he wants the queen to go in, and then he takes out this inferno, and then he's again, the queen could go left or right. When I've been practicing this attack, the queen seems to always go right, but it could go left. And if the queen goes left, that's fine. You just do if the queen goes right, he's breaking in on this corner. If the queen goes left, then he comes in on this corner with flanks that corner. So he's patient. So let's take a look here. And again, these haven't been scouted. This is CWL, so he doesn't really know where the black mines are. Notice he's dropping in those extra loons, just to suck up any more mines if they are there, because you need your queen to stay alive. Freeze that single. Now he's getting his flank down. So he's trying to cut that corner off with the king and the witches, and then he's bringing all of his yetis and bowlers, and he wants them to go in the base. Notice that he raged his king early, because if he didn't, those bowlers and yetis were going to walk, because he cut it kind of close. Now here's the other key to this that he does. Um, and again, you can wait, because I've actually waited. So usually with these attacks, he brings the blimp over his force because he wants to use his warden ability on the blimp. Now, when I've been doing this attack on this particular base, I've just waited for my force to get in here, and then I just drop the blimp from here, and then I use my warden ability right here, in the middle of this. It's just easier for me, and I've been doing it in all my attacks. I never send a blimp from a corner. I'm always sending the blimp from some side, whichever side I get to. The thing is like when you come in with the queen here, you don't want to send it on the first side. It's too early, way too early. You want to clear an entire side, and then as you come to the other side, then you're gonna drop your blimp. He always rages, the blimp in there, and one of the keys to that is that the blimps, Yeti mites, when they're raged, they still kill a lot of things, man. Like a lot of people have the scatter shots and some singles near the middle. Those Yeti mites kill them all, so that's important that you rage that middle. The first time I tried it, I ran out of rages and I forgot to have one for the middle, and it just doesn't work because it doesn't kill the extra stuff outside of the town hall. All right, let's take a look at this one here. So again, this is almost same army, but this was the one he used a couple of times, and this is the one he uses if he's coming in from a side and not a corner. Because notice he has two of the baby dragons, and he has one less Yeti and one more witch. So what is he trying to do here? He's picking a side now. Obviously, and you should always probably, if you're picking a side, come at the side with the eagle. You need to take that out. So he's coming in the middle with the queen. He's using each of his baby dragons to create the funnel. He pushes the queen in with the wall breakers, and now he doesn't know which way the queen's going to go. If the queen goes this way, that's fine. But if the queen goes this way, that's fine too because it's kind of a mirror image. And what's a little troublesome about this base is, you know, you have to, and he does a really awesome job of this. You have to make sure stuff doesn't go all over the place. So, like, he's coming in from here, and let's say he comes this way. He needs to start clearing out this as the queen's going by. You can't wait for the queen to do that. And you're actually cutting this corner right here with the king, and you're jumping in over here. You're jumping in over here, and as the queen's walking through here, all your troops, he drops bowlers. He uses bowlers to do this, and then he drops everything right over here, so it all comes this way because he's cleared all of this with the king and the witches. Same thing on this. Same thing on the upper side. And it turns out that the queen does go to the upside. So the queen's coming here, and as she's coming around, he starts clearing this stuff with his bowlers and yetis, and he drops his king over here to clear this corner with his witches, and he's dropping the jump over here. He's giving it time. He's got to give the king and the witches time to clear that corner, but he also, if the queen comes around here, and none of this stuff, she could walk outside here and then it's a disaster. So you've got to make sure you start it early. Now this is a unique base. A lot of the bases I've been practicing against, they don't have this, but you just so you understand it, that's what he's trying to do. So let's take a look. So he's got his funnel, and this is so much easier with the new wall breakers. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You don't have to worry about a wall breaker fail because if you do wall breaker fail, you're done. There's his warden to help his queen so it goes faster. I mean, there, I don't know what would have happened if she went towards that Inferno. He would have had to have froze it or just, I don't know, used her ability. So now look, he's starting with bowlers. See that? He's already started clearing that stuff out. Now the king goes down with the three witches behind in that corner. Now he drops his yetis because he's got him going. And he's going to drop his jump. Again, he's used all three rages just on his queen. You've got to keep the queen alive. So he has this whole base left, and he's got that last rage. That last rage is for the core, for the town hall rather. So you see the king, he's cleared off that corner. So now there's only the only place to go is right in there. See that? He drops the blimp along the side there, and he uses the ability on the blimp. That's it. So this is the third base they got. We only had three of these bases that were kind of like this anti-2 boxy bases, and they destroyed them all three. And we were pretty much out of the game at that point. So here again, he's choosing the middle, and you pretty much, I think, when you have these double walls, you pretty much have to choose a middle because you can't break in. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why I'm not sure exactly why he's choosing the middle, but when you can, he does. And these air defenses are far away, so he makes an easy funnel. Whereas in the first base, that one air defense was on the edge, so he may not have been able to make his funnel. Maybe that's why he's doing it. I'm really not sure. So here we go. He's coming in with the queen, making his funnel. I mean, this is CWL. He is taking a chance not using those loons to for those babies. I don't know if I'd have the guts to do that because if you don't make that funnel, you could be in trouble. So right here, he doesn't know where the queen's going to go. If the queen goes to the left, he's going to start his bowlers over here. His kings and witches are over here to clear this corner. And he's going to jump over here. If the queen goes right, he's going to... So let's try that again. If the queen goes right, he's going to start his bowlers right here to start clearing that with bounces. Put his king over here to clear this. Put his jump right here and drop everything right, the rest of his troops right there as she goes by. And again, it's the second side, so he's going to come in with a blimp over here or a blimp over here. He gets really close here. I mean, he's it's. I mean, his queen almost dies, or not dies, uses her ability. If he would have been near a scatter shot, he definitely would have pulled an ability off because a scatter shot can kill you. So there's his king, there's his bowlers, there's his yetis. He's got it squared off there, funneled off on the edge. There goes his jump. Queen is still hanging on by a thread. Now he's using it. Almost dies. He sees that she's almost going to die, so he uses his warden ability early. So he couldn't even get his blimp in there. I mean, just a really nice play. So he freezes that scatter shot. He's got a rage left. Comes in with the blimp for the center of the rage. Watch this. This blimp's going to kill all the stuff in the core. Yeti mites, take that out. Take that out. We have one of our guys has been really working on. He's pretty much been taking these types of bases, and the attack I showed earlier in the video will work on this base. And this is just another way to attack this particular type of base. It seems to just destroy them. It has to be single inferno, obviously, and this is just an old school bow witch. It's a 3 gallon bow witch with bats that just has been tearing up this type of base and using the wrecker. So let's have a look. Our guy Dragon's been doing these bases and just hammering them. And this is his alt account, Def Leppard. Again, he's protecting the wrecker. You know what I'm saying? Like if that thing locks onto it, you need to protect that wrecker at all costs. You don't want that single inferno to pop it early, otherwise you're done. Because you need to get to that town hall. And he's got the Yeti, like the Yeti bomb in that too. So it's just like the blimp, except it opens the walls for everything. It's just easier to manage than a queen walk, obviously. Nice job, Def. Okay, so I'm going to do a live attack here. This is a common base that you see all the time. So I know I said go after the eagle, but you cannot go after the eagle when there are 4 expos sitting next to it because you will die. So I do not know if there's bombs here for my baby dragon, so I'm going to just do that because I'm a chicken. And I'm going to drop my queen. I'm going to drop healers. I'm going to drop my wall breaker. I'm going to drop my warden. Again, keeping the queen alive. I don't know which way she's going to go. Looks like she's going that way. That's the way with all those expos. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to come in over here. I'm going to drop my king and my witches. I'm going to try to keep those healers alive there. I'm going to freeze that. I'm going to put the rest of my guys in here. Healers are fine. Drop my other guy there. Use my rage. Okay, I'm going to go with the blimp and I'm going to use my warden ability. And because there is a blower there, I'm going to freeze that. And I'm going to drop my rage. Here comes the CC and the queen. I'm going to put it on that queen there. Town hall's down. Got a wizard over here. Start cleaning up the corner. Put another wizard over here, I guess. I'm telling you, man, this attack just is ridiculous. I mean, it just kills these bases. It's just about identifying the beginning. Just following those steps and just practicing. Honestly haven't practiced that long. I'll try one more live on a different base. Alright, here we go. Common base. This base is a little different because there's so much stuff to get through that wherever you come in, I'm just gonna come in. You want to come in on the corner. So like, here we go. I'm gonna drop my loons because I don't know if there's any bombs there. I'm gonna drop my queen, loon, healers, bomber, warden, rage. I just got to figure out where she's going. I don't like those things on top of me at all. So I'm going to freeze that sucker twice. Cannot have them shooting at you. Okay, it looks like she's going that way. King, witches, jump. Now I got to watch my king ability because I want her to go. I don't want her to go around on me. Okay, so everything's in. We're good. Everything's on top of those stupid things. I'm gonna rage my king in there. The ice golems are just tearing it up. Okay, so now when I come along this flank, here I go. Yeti bomb. I'm gonna try to catch everything in. Boom. Got my rage for the center. Okay, that's about all I can do there. I'm gonna put some stuff on the sides. I'm gonna use my ability on my Amazonian. So I mean, this base again, it's the same concept. It's a little different. You can't. The queen cannot. Looks like I'm just smooth sailing here. So the queen cannot. You can't come in with the queen here and then wait for her to come all the way over here, and then you're coming in on this side. You got to come in at this corner because this base is so much longer. So Dragon's attack works nice too, but this attack kills this base too. I won't do another live. I'll just show another one that I did earlier. I was gonna show a replay, but it's one of our bases that we have in war that someone we didn't use this time, but we've used. So I don't want to show it because we might still use it. So here's another common base, and this is one you want to come in on the corner on. So coming down, checking for bombs. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 2 baby dragons. Got my bomb. He's going. Where are you going, queen? Okay, she's going that way. I wasn't expecting that, so let's see what happens. Gotta freeze that inferno. See if I can get through there. Okay, good. I don't know which way she's going, but I'm coming in on the other corner. If she goes to the right, then I'm coming in on the right corner. If she goes to the left, I'm going to the left. Looks like she's going to the left. I'm gonna wait one more. Okay. King. Boom, 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 boom. Jump. Gotta get my stuff over there. I can't have it walk. Okay, looks like it's not walking good. Put him down there. I still got another rage. Gonna freeze that. I'll use my king ability. Okay, I'm getting ready for the. I'm gonna come over the side with this. So I'm gonna use the warden ability on this here. Come on. Oh, geez, Louise. It froze the frickin' blimp. But she was frozen. And she made it. Okay, let's see what happens. Boom. I'm going to freeze this here. Got some extra loons. Might as well throw them in. All my stuff's on the outside. That could be bad. Makes me wish I had another bomb. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm going to use her ability before that single Inferno kills her. Locks on, okay. Okay, I'm going to let my queen take a little bit here. I'm not going to let her go down to the bottom, though. Looks like we got it. Wow, look at all that stuff on the outside. Didn't even matter. That's crazy, man. Almost ran out of time. But look at all the stuff that's alive. Again, this attack is not that difficult. You just gotta, the hardest part is to figure out where you're coming in. Hope you enjoyed the video and stay safe in this pandemic.